A sign is hung on the door. Heyu Trading. The man who runs this branch is named Kao, right? That's him, Kao Lee, otherwise known as Heiyu's sharp and capable white orchid dragon. I didn't expect to actually have an interaction with the door, because I try to speak to the door like every chapter. This is kind of random. Do we feel like paying him a visit? I can visit him? Well, even if we did, there's no guarantee they'll let us in. Probably not. But I wouldn't mind picking his brains about what happened to the old Rivache building. Yeah, Heyu definitely had their sights set on it, but in the end, Crimson & Co. bought the deed out from under them. I wonder how they feel about that. Oh, I'll admit, it was rather regrettable. I can actually speak to Kao? Salutations, ladies and gentlemen of the Special Support Section. Your timing is impeccable, actually. It just so happens that there's a small favor I'd like to ask of you. What? A favor from us? Why don't you step inside so I can apprise you on the finer details? Though, of course, I won't force you if you're otherwise preoccupied. I can do a quest for Kao? Wait, you can't just... Our apologies, but this request for your assistance is genuine. I ask that you listen to what Master Kao has to say if you have the time. Of course, enter at your own convenience. We will leave the door unlocked for you. Bit of a patronizing bunch, aren't they? I'm not sure you're one to talk. So what should we do? It doesn't seem to be a trap. Maybe we should play along, might learn something useful from these chumps. I get that Heyu is a gang, right? And like Yin works for them sometimes, but has Heyu done anything to us personally? They've kind of just been very open about everything, and they've given us all of the information we've asked for. They kind of like blocked off Dudley's investigation, but who cares about that? They've been helpful to us. Can't go in that door. Or that door. Why even have doors? Excellent, you're all here. It is my sincerest pleasure to welcome you to the Crossbell branch of Heyu Trading Limited. I think that's what LTD is. I hope we aren't interrupting. Thank you for inviting us in. And salutations to you as well, Mr. Orlando. I've been rather looking forward to your return especially. Yeah, howdy doody. I see you haven't changed a bit. I'll take that as a compliment. But my, who would have guessed that you had ties to the back alley's newest tenants, Crimson & Co. It's left me absolutely stunned. Whatever. I take it you have a fair amount of intel on them then. As a matter of fact, I do. Our two factions aren't without our, shall we say, connections. Though perhaps Mr. Orlando could tell you a few things about that. All I know is that sometime last year, my uncle and his crew picked a fight with you Heyu guys over in the Eastern Quarter. Sounded like a real bloodbath, too. Now that you mention it, Dudley did say something about that. Did he? Actually, I do remember someone saying something about that. To sum it up, we've had our fair share of romps and rabble-rousing with them in the past. Fortunately, we've since reached an agreement, so there's no bad blood to speak of. Though to this day, some Heyu elders do still curse the names of the Red Constellation's members. No bad blood, huh? Sounds like both sides have quite a history together. As far as the old Rivache compound is concerned, it truly is a pity to lose it, but what's done is done. We don't expect them to be direct business competitors in Crossbell the way the Mafia was. So you can rest assured that we are not looking to start a fight. But thanks for being so considerate. Not that I entirely believe him. Pardon me for changing the subject, but what exactly is this favor you wanted to ask? We assumed it had something to do with Crimson & Co. Oh, yes, that. Cow, what is taking so long? I don't have all the time in the world. A child? Who speaks to Cow as a lesser, or like a subordinate or whatever. Why, if it isn't Master Jin? Is there something troubling you? Of course there is. You've been keeping me waiting for ages now. What is this guide you promised coming to pick me up? You want me to guide the young master of your organization around? Okay. You just don't want to deal with him personally. I told you I would be more than happy to show you. And I told you that you're no good. Don't make me repeat myself. Ah, spoiled rich kids. Delightful. I didn't come all the way to Crossbell to be ferried around the place by one of our own men. But of course, that is why we took the liberty of making alternative arrangements for you today. These fine youths will be your guides. Them? Wait a minute here, Cal. Is this the favor you wanted to ask? Allow me to formally introduce you. This is Master Jin, the grandson of one of Heiyu's elders. We would like you to take him on a tour of Crossbell City. I was afraid you'd say that. You're putting in a support request for us to babysit this little squirt? How unorthodox. These are the guides you spoke of. They seem a bit young, don't they? Why did you not send for someone like Elia Platier or Dieter Croix? You think you're entitled to Elia's time or the mayor's time? Also, Elia would so punch this child, probably. I fear you overestimate how much pull I actually have. That being said, the people standing before you are Crossbell celebrities in their own rights. These are the ladies and gentlemen who solved that incident in the spring. Are they now? That would make you the special support section then, wouldn't it? The same ones who crushed the cults? What a well-informed child. What, you've heard about that? But how? Master Jin is the grandson of an elder. It is only natural that he be well-informed about current events around the continents. He spent much time studying Crossbell in depth before making his visit. Of course I did. You heard who my grandfather is. The future of Heiyu will be on my shoulders someday. I have to be a cut above commoners such as yourselves, mentally speaking. Runt's got a real mouth on him. Take it easy, Randy. He's just a kid. Very well. If you insist, then I will accept this proposal. I can take this opportunity to ask more about the cult incident. Huh? Is something wrong? Oh no. Poor Ellie. Oh no. Why is it going so slowly? This is love at first sight. What? Excuse me? Those alluring eyes, that luscious pearl gray hair, and those beautiful, bountiful proportions. Okay. I never thought I'd meet the woman of my dreams here of all places. You there. What's your name? Me? I'm Ellie McDowell. It's nice to meet you. Jin, Ellie, don't smile at this child. For your safety, don't smile at the young master of a mafia organization. Mistake. Ellie, even your name is lovely. Little money? Oh. Now I understand. This is why destiny brought me to Crossbell to meet you. What is he talking about? Oh, it's an old meme. Great. As if being a cheeky brat wasn't enough. Now he's gonna try and play grown-up too. I think Ellie has a new biggest fan. She's acceptable, Cal. I would like this lovely lady to guide me around the city at once. I'm glad to hear it. There was a bug with Final Fantasy Tactics original PS release, where there was a text scroll. Super slowly type. Oh. about that. But I think I have a DS version of that game. And I'm not sure I ever even played it. Well, off you go, everyone. Do be sure to take care of Master Jin. Hold on a second. Should the SSS really be playing tour guide for the grandson of a crime syndicate elder? Yeah, we should. 1, because surely Cal will pay us, and 2, because if the future leader of this organization is in love with one of our members, I'm sorry, Ellie, it can only go well for us. Now that we're already at this point. All right, we'll accept. So are there any particular places in the city we should go to? I think Master Jin has a few places in mind. He'll let you know. Do be careful on your tour, Master Jin. You enjoy yourself now. Oh, I will. Let's be off, my dearest Ellie. Wait, Jin? You weren't thinking of going off with Ellie by yourself, were you? And what's the matter with that? There are far too many of you to travel comfortably. And besides, 3 is a crowd. I get that, but I doubt anyone would try to target a child, even if he's connected to Heiyu. Still, is it really a good idea to leave them alone? Jin, the trade conference is approaching fast. Crossbell is on high alert right now, meaning that anything could happen. For the sake of your safety, wouldn't it be smarter to travel with more protection? You may have a point. Very well. 2 of you may come with us as bodyguards, but no more. As for the others, let me see. They can watch us from a safe distance away. How does that sound? Well, honestly, it's not too shabby of an idea. It's actually standard practice when it comes to protecting high-profile individuals. Then it's decided. Well, you should be meat shield number 1, Lloyd. Which one of us 3 do you want to bring along? Let me think. I'm gonna bring Wazy. Meat shield number 1. Let's bring Wazy. Would you mind tagging along with us, Wazy? I suppose I wouldn't. Oh, I didn't consider this is going to count towards my relationship. Nonsense. Whatever, I'm still picking Wazy. I don't mind being your +1 for a little double date tour around the city. Noelle and Randy, you two keep an eye on us from a distance and observe our surroundings. I hear you loud and clear. Roger that. Is this arrangement to your liking, Master Jin? I have no objections. And drop the master. I get enough of that from Heiyu's members already. Talking to Kia at the guild gave +2. Okay. Sure, you got it, Jin. Good. Now, let's get going. I'll specify where I'd like you to take me once we're outside. Jin in the city started. Is it supposed to be Sin, then? I don't know how that's actually supposed to be pronounced. Let me begin by laying out the details of the tour. I prefer not to repeat myself, so pay attention. Oh gosh. Yeah, sure. Dang Brat's just trying to act like a big shot in front of Mademoiselle. You don't know how it's pronounced? I only say that because of the name of the quest. It's like sex in the city is a thing, so I would assume this would be sin in the city. But I always thought X in Chinese was a zh sound, but I don't really know. But cow is a soft C, like S instead? Really? I thought they pronounced it cow. It's supposed to be sow? Interesting. True, but He's sort of pulling it off. That lovesick fool really has it bad for her, doesn't he? Excuse me, did you have something you'd like to add? No, it's nothing. We're ready to hear your explanation. Very well. Then I'll get straight to the point. As we discussed inside, you will function as my tour guides around the city. Google confirms it is Sao. Okay. However, trying to navigate this place without a goal would only exhaust us. Therefore, I have decided on our eventual endpoint in advance. And where would that be? The roof of Time's department store in Central Square. Okay, that's where we're going to end up. Simply ensure that you take me there last. After that, you will be relieved of your duties. Got it. That's easy enough to remember. So other than that, are we free to choose where we go along the way? No, I'm not about to let you parade me through the duller parts of town. You don't care about how I pronounce the names, though. That's fair. Like, there's nothing that's going to make me say Waji instead of Wazy at this point. And I'm probably always going to say Jonah instead of Yona. Instead, I ask that you bring me to Central Square via East Street. Specifically via East Street. That's very specific. Risha is always hard because of the X. Yeah. Ren is hard for me too. Is it me, or do you already have most of this mapped out? Please, this is a special trip for me. It's only obvious that I would make preparations beforehand. That said, I don't have any plans beyond what I've already told you. I'd be grateful if you could take us on a few enjoyable detours so that I may spend more quality time with Ellie. Now. Sin? Jin? Whatever. Don't forget that I'm one of your guides as well. Nonsense. Out of the question. You're my guest now, Ellie, which means your only task is to relax and enjoy yourself. Oh boy. Maybe lovesick was a bit of an understatement. That aside, I think I get the gist of things now. But you know, what you're asking us for really isn't all that different from a casual stroll through the city. Are you sure you're okay with that, Jin? Yeah, I mean, aren't there any other options you want to check out? What about Arc-en-Ciel or something like that? There's always Michelin Wonderland, though it's outside city limits, and I think they're closed right now anyway. Who do you take me for? Of course, I've already been to the most notable places in all of Crossbell. They were enjoyable enough, and I wouldn't mind returning in the future, but that isn't my goal for today. There's so much more I need to see of this place before I leave. I'd rather see Crossbell's true face as its citizens know it, rather than the same old tourist attractions. Crossbell's true face? I put a lot of thought into this. Just imagine how pushy he's going to be when he's a grown-up little... Ahem. Do you understand now? Daylight's burning as we speak, so I'd like to get this tour started. Understood. Let's not waste any time then. Well, we're off. Be sure to watch our backs, you two. Roger. Keep your eyes peeled up there. This is a very long hidden quest. Where am I? So am I just going like wherever? I think this is supposed to be Sin in the city. Sin instructed us how he wanted his tour of Crossbell to play out. His final destination is the department store. He wants to get there via East Street and soak in the sights along the way. So that's the only thing he wants, is he wants to get to Central Square from East Street. 1 second. Sorry, my throat was killing me. Okay. Are there like, am I supposed to interact with things? Like how we took the pictures? Like were there exclamation points? Also, it looks like we're running and it looks like he's still slow walking, which is funny. That's to the IBC. What does he say when we go up here? Does anything happen?